Hey there. I'm going to do this really quick. If you hear an engine running, it's because I'm in my car, and it's cold out, and yeah, I'm sitting in a parking lot. But anyhow, regardless, I wanted to talk briefly about something super important today, and that is postpartum depression. I do not have personal experience with postpartum depression. I'm not a mom, but I have a lot of friends who are moms. I have a lot of friends who are parents. I know that the daily struggles of parenthood are very real, but there is something about postpartum depression that just seems to be so much more looked down upon, and I think it's because we don't like to talk about the down and dirty. We don't like to talk about the horrible things that go through our heads sometimes, and quite frankly, that's BS, because we all have thoughts that go through our heads, even if it's just for a split second. I mean, we've all been there, right? We've had that moment where we've been like, oh my gosh, if my spouse snores one more minute, I am going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I have a big meeting tomorrow. I didn't get any sleep last night, and it is 3 a.m., and I have to get up at 5 a.m., and you are still snoring? Are you kidding me right now? Okay, just take that. Now multiply that and put it into the head of a mom who has just had their first or second baby. Who knows? I mean, it could hit at any time. And who knows, maybe this pregnancy did not go the same as the last pregnancy, or you know, you're a single parent now, or some other change has happened. I don't really know the ins and outs. Like I said, I'm not real familiar with postpartum depression, but what I do know is that it is fairly common. It's something that happens to a lot of people, and we just don't talk about it. And I really think that we need to start talking about it, and I really, really feel the need to talk about it right now. So if you are out there and you are struggling right now, I want you to know that there is help and there is hope, and you are not crazy. You are not nutty. You're not a monster. You are not a terrible, terrible person for thinking those things. Listen, sometimes those thoughts come in and out of our heads, and they're brief, and we go, oh my gosh, I can't believe I thought that. And then sometimes our brains get a little tricky, and those tricky brains can get sticky. The sticky, tricky brain. Yeah, so those thoughts, they can kind of sit around in there and get a little more insidious, and then we start thinking, oh my god, what if I really do think that? What if, oh, I can't tell anyone about this because they're gonna think I'm crazy. They're gonna lock me up and throw away the key because I am gonna be one of those Dateline episodes right now. Listen, it's okay. It's okay to have those thoughts. It's not okay to act on them. It's not okay that you're not okay, but it is perfectly natural and normal that your brain gets a little quackadoodle in these times. And you know what? If you open up to your general practitioner, if you open up to your OB, perhaps, your OB would actually probably be a good place to start. If you already have a therapist, you could talk to a trusted friend, perhaps another mom friend, maybe somebody who's been there before that you know of. Just somebody trusted. You know, go ahead, reach out if you're struggling and say, listen, I just don't know what to do right now, and I'm afraid that if I tell you what I'm thinking, then you are going to think I'm a terrible person, and I'm going to cry now. It's not true. You're not a terrible person. Sometimes our brains do funny things, and sometimes we're stressed, and sometimes we are just human beings. Human effing beings, and the shame and the stigma surrounding this issue is terrible, and it breaks my heart. So I just want to say to you out there, listen, get some help. There is help out there, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. There's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of people out there that you can talk to. There's a lot of moms that have been through it, and I think that one thing that we're lacking in this society right now is that we don't talk about things. We don't have the community. We don't share experiences. We don't say to a mom that we see struggling, and she may not realize it. She may not even realize that she's not acting the same right now. And you may think, oh my gosh, should I say something? Yes, say something. Take her aside in compassion and love and say, listen, honey, when I had my first kid, things got a little rough. Or maybe you didn't. Maybe you just know about postpartum depression. Maybe you're watching this video right now and you're thinking about a friend of yours and you're thinking, gosh, you know what? The last 2 times I've been over to her house, she just hasn't felt right to me. That's a good sign to step out, step out and talk to her and say, listen, is there anything you need to talk about? Because you know what? I'll tell you that there have been times that I have needed someone to say that to me. Again, not that I had postpartum depression, but I've had other things, and I've needed people to say something. And there are times that I think that I might have got real pissed off at first, but in the long run, it was what I needed. And there might be a mom out there just waiting because she is so scared. She is terrified that she is a terrible person, and she just needs to know that she's not a terrible person. She's just a person. She's just a mom who's struggling right now, and who needs some help, some TLC and some work, and that's something that we need to do for each other. So y'all out there, I'm just encouraging you that if it's you, that you find yourself in this situation, reach out, like I said, to if you have a therapist already, or your OB, or perhaps you had a doula when you went through the birthing process, maybe a midwife. Those would be good people to talk to also. But somebody who's trusted, somebody who you think will not be so judgy-wudgy about it, because unfortunately we seem to think that moms need to be this pillar of perfection, and that's just utter bullshit. Moms are moms. They're beautiful, and they're loving, and they're kind, and they're nurturing. You mom out there, you are beautiful, and you are loving, and you are kind, and you are nurturing, but sometimes, God bless it, you are just done. You are done, and you don't know what to do. Well, here's your out, sister. I'm telling you right now, reach out, call somebody, look it up online, find some resources, find a group, say something before something happens, because sometimes, unfortunately, the sad truth is that there are a lot of women suffer in silence, and then things happen, and we all wonder what the hell happened. Well, you know what? Sometimes it's because that person didn't know they had an out. That person didn't know that they weren't crazy, that this was something normal, that this is something that we just don't talk about, and that is sad, people. So we need to gather our circles. We need to, even dads, you know what, get them. We'll have a dad talk someday too, but I just want to really talk to the moms right now who might be going through this. But listen, dads can help out too. If your spouse, if you see your wife who is just really struggling right now and you don't know what to do, you can talk to the doctor also. You can sit her down, you can sit your wife down and say, listen, honey, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to help you, but I feel like it's something we need to talk about. And I just hope that she'd be receptive to that. So again, this is just encouragement. I hope that you all are well out there, and if you're not, it's okay to not be okay, but it's not okay to suffer in silence. So reach out, and like I said, if you know someone, please, take that step, because maybe they can't. So I hopefully will get back to you soon, and maybe I'll dig up some information about this and get better educated. But for now, blessings, and I hope that you have a great rest of your day wherever you are. And